Back here on the 38th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. I'm Michael Carasino here with the man celebrating his 20th anniversary of coming to the games and busting chops like the gold medalist that he is, Michael Gilbalt, Air Force vet, joining me again in this game as the Royal team takes on the white team, Team X and Team Discovery. Royal blue jerseys for Team Discovery, Team X in the white jerseys. And just want to thank the DeGasperis family for sponsoring softball, their 21st year of doing it. And this week's live streams brought to you by USAA, the official media and technology sponsor of the 38th National Veterans Wheelchair Games. As we have the first pitch leading off is
Johnny Sandoval.
Johnny Sandoval, number 13. There you go.
Ball 2.
So, a 1-1.
Oh, he's in play. Right to the shortstop. Bobbles under his chair. He's going to be safe at first. Get out of the way. You all right?
Oh,
the other guy picks it up. At least he don't get second. They still get a chance for a force.
Well, let's do the defense for the Royal team. At
third base, number 13.
And why do I not have number 13 on my roster? That's not a good thing.
Well, when he turns around, we'll try and read the back name off his number on the back of his chair, hopefully. Get number 11 at short.
And number 11. Those must be. They added late because unfortunately I don't have them, but I do have.
That's
number 1 at second base is Orlando Perez. I do have that. He's at second base.
Fast little devil.
Oh, Perez, really?
Yes.
All right. And now Andy Burnt.
He's a power hitter.
And that pitch way outside.
They're not going to give him nothing nice. It's like, okay. They put it. He's got long arms. It don't have to be over the plate. He can still reach it. He's like, anything I can reach, it don't need to be a strike. I'm swinging.
Burnt has a great setup. The American flag arm sleeve.
Oh, and he got all of that one
into left field.
He's going to get first base.
Yeah, Sandoval at second.
Smart
first.
First and second for 2 men on. Oh, and here's a fast player.
Sean Castle, basketball player, Army vet.
Oh, yeah.
Alabama grad.
Yes, this could be some runs here. If he finds a gap, we get some RBIs coming.
Well, Johnny Holland is catching number 17 behind the plate. I definitely have that.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to have to run into him. He ain't going to move him too easy. Another two-handed swinger. Oh, and he got it through. Orlando's getting on it first. Tag the base. They get the one out. Uh-oh, look home, pay attention. Safe. Oh, he's out. I thought he was on the plate before the tag did.
I'm with you on that one, Mr. Gilbert. I am with you because
it seemed like the wheel was on the plate when he tagged him. But hey,
you would have been out of the dugout yelling at him.
I don't argue with Blue. I catch back there. I'm like, are you sure? It's like, can we appeal that? Can we ask the first baseman who had a better you know?
Did you just say you don't argue?
You don't argue. You just ask. Can we ask another umpire what he saw?
Oh, okay. All right. As a catcher, being diplomatic, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I'll tell you what. It wins me some strikes every now and then. Comes in looking good. I call strike. He calls strike. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. You tip up, James Tipton.
He's got some guns on him. Let's see what he can put in play. Andy's got a good lead back there.
Yes, he does.
Oh, and that one's spinning. Andy's going to get third anyways. They make a bad throw.
Oh, and he bobbles it.
They're going to throw it away, and he's coming home. He's coming home, and the catcher ain't going to have a play.
So that's the first run.
Catcher ain't. Nobody's at third base. No, they better get back there. Heads up running. There's no force. We got a man on second. 2 outs.
1 run for the white team. Billy Ray Pierce up at bat. Greg Jack on deck.
So Billy Ray Pierce is up at bat now. And Pierce for Team X.
2 outs. Tipton on second.
He is a Navy vet and playing in his 5th games here. So runner Tipton on second. Another run.
Looks like he's played before. He's got the old one-hand swing down. Good eye. Didn't let it.
Yeah.
Didn't let that. These guys throw that ball. It looks like it's coming in and drops right in front of the plate. And those are definitely ground balls waiting to happen. But he was smart and didn't swing at it. That one reached him. They still put it on the ground.
Oh, and it's booted by the short, and here comes Tipton around third.
Oh, and he's going to get the
he's
second.
He's going to score.
He's going to go to third. He's going to go to third.
He's going all the way to third, but Tipton does
Home.
score.
He might go home. He's getting to third. Are they going to make the play?
He's coming home, but I don't think he should. Oh, he's behind him.
Got it. Yeah.
Throws behind his Tipton. Look at that. Billy Ray gets the inside the park home run. Billy Ray Pierce.
So, 3 runs.
Yep, they kind of bounced that around in the outfield.
2 more across the play, you're right. If you can't field it cleanly, it's going to be extra bases with the way these guys move.
And these guys are aggressive. You know what? They're going to take the base. It's like, you want to get me out? Make a good throw and get me out. And he challenged them. There was time to make the throw, but he did throw behind them, like you said, and gave him the out. They gave him the run versus the out. They're causing some bleeding with 2 outs, let me tell you.
Right. Well, now Greg Jack, number 16, comes up to bat. And Jack his 3rd games, first time playing softball, so a novice to softball, and a Marine vet. There's a lot more, Air Force. It's funny you say that because last year I was talking to you in the games I covered, and I understand that there are guys that are here, but it seems like I'm getting a lot more Air Force guys in my games this year.
Yeah, you know what? You must be covering the SMOT games.
Oh, no. Shots fired right here. Shots fired.
Yeah. Why weren't you in the Marines like the rest of your family? I learned how to read and write.
Oh, yeah. Again, send your emails and tweets. The swing there by Jack. Strikes out. 3 outs, but they do get 3 runs.
Yeah,
so we'll head into the bottom of the 1st with the white team, Team X, leading over Discovery, the Royal Blue team, 3-0. We'll see what the Royal team can do on offense.
Yeah. Well, they've got some speed. They got a couple experienced players if they line them up right and put them in play. This game, the lineup, so important. You get these guys on base, and then you don't have nobody to hit them home, and then next you get these great hitters up with nobody on base in front of them. It's like the lineup is so tough, and it's all rushed here. Everybody's coming together, trying to meet, see who's who.
Right.
I mean, it's really winning a medal in team sports is definitely an epitome of the game and how similar it is to the military. This group of people from all over the country get together, and you try and figure out whose strengths, what can we do the best. And, the team that figures it out the fastest ends up winning the most games and taking home the gold.
Absolutely. Figure it out quick, because again, you can be playing with people, like you said, in your hometowns. You play as a team, but you come here, everybody's obviously put in classes, and then teams are formed that way.
Yeah.
So a lot of times people haven't played together. But Edna Bird, speaking of first-timers, she is a Navy vet, and she's behind the plate catching in your position.
Yeah. She's like my spot.
As Andy Burns is pitching. Sean Castle will be at short. Tipton at third, Castle at short. For the white team, number 11, Jose Nieves at second base, and number 13 at first base, that's Juan Sandoval. And leading off for
That's the key thing, having a first baseman that can catch the ball. You get these shortstops make the great throws. If you don't make the play at first, it ain't no out. Johnny's got pretty good hands. Oh, there's a nice gap shot. That's a way to stop.
Left field.
That's a way to start. All right, clean single to start.
That's it.
For the blue team, the leadoff single by Richard Alvarez.
So Richard Alvarez right there.
Joshua Stahl on deck.
Getting the hit.
Danny Ward.
Joshua Stahl looks like he may have played once or twice.
So Alvarez gets the base hit, and now Josh Stahl sitting in the, up on deck now. So they gave up 3, looking to get it back right away, Mikey.
Yep, they are putting the ball in play. And Andy's not going to walk a lot of people. He knows how walks can kill you, so he will make them put the ball in play. Just needs his defense to make some plays behind him.
Ooh, and the swing there by Stahl. How far, you know what, I forgot to ask you, how far are you allowed to lead off?
You have to come back and touch base every time the pitcher throws it. But once it leaves his hand, you can start rolling and you can go full tilt to the next base. But the catcher can turn around and throw it down and get you out. You can be picked off.
Right, yeah, okay.
In the old days, when they picked you off, even if the catcher missed and threw it down in the right field, you couldn't advance. Now the runner can advance. If the catcher makes a bad pickoff play, as long as he comes and tags up, he can advance.
Well, Stahl strikes out there swinging, so
still 1 out.
Andy Burnt got him. And now that'll bring up number 16, Danny Ward.
He's got a runner on first. We don't want to hit no double play balls.
And this is Ward's first games as well, Mike. And he's an Army vet, but his first game, so first time playing softball. Got the two-handed grip, though.
Yeah.
See
if, a lot of guys are going to find out that that doesn't really benefit you.
I'm waiting to see somebody park it over the fence. We've seen it. We've seen it roll under or kicked under. They pulled out the.
Oh, he hit it pretty solid, but
right back to Burnt, and he was going to try and turn 2, but he goes to first base. So that's the second out.
Yeah, he could have got them both, but he's like, you know what? There's 2 people sitting there. I don't want to get confused.
Exactly.
He made the smart plays. Like, throw it where there's only one guy. I don't want my guys both reaching for it, sending it into center field somewhere, and where they're all advancing to third.
Absolutely. See, look at this.
All right.
The softball coaching clinic right here is now we have a up at bat that is number 15 for the Royal team. That's John Fay.
He's in a tennis chair, which gives me the idea he's going to be a pretty good hitter. Tennis players make great batters. They're the kind that can turn and hit it down the right field line. Do that slice down the outside line. Definitely moves the runners around. Oh,
he hits it. Castle had it off his hand, trying to get to it, make the play, shuffles it over.
Oh, we got a run in, and he's got to overthrow into the dugout, so we got no force. He's got second base.
Over the first baseman's head, Castle tried to scoop it to him, and he just that sent it over Alvarez's head. But that ball was rising on Alvarez. That was going to be tough to grab.
Yeah, that was a tough one. He was coming fast.
So that makes it 3-1 now. And that'll bring up number 3 for the Royal team, Dale Spiller, 15 games, Air Force vet.
Oh, he pops up, foul ball. Okay, that's nothing but a strike. All right, he's got to keep this one in play. 2 out lightning here. Our runners are running on everything. As soon as he hits the ball, they're gone. If it gets in contact, he'll be coming home from second.
So Fay on second base. As he gets his lead, is Burnt adjusting his unusual hat for baseball or softball.
For an Air Force man, that sure looks like a 3rd Cavalry hat from the Army, you know. But I see the big U.S. Air Force. I know he's one of my fellow Air Force wingnuts.
Nice.
Oh, that's spinning. Oh, those spinners can be trouble. He's in there, and the run scores.
And yes,
good hustle.
Coming across home plate is John Fay, makes it 3-2.
Yep, those spinning balls can be dangerous.
Good hustle by Spiller.
Yeah, so Spiller
now you got a good, speedy runner. Orlando's at bat. There's a guy that can play. His biggest problem is not to catch the guy in front of him. He's so fast. He's going to make sure that guy gets to the next base. He don't run up his butt.
Orlando Perez, 16th games, an Army vet, as he takes the first pitch for a ball. But still with 2 outs, it's now 3-2. White team holding on the lead as Perez comes into it, and that's flat, so that is a ball.
Orlando's winding up over there.
Want to get Cyril? Yep.
Burnt again gets set.
All right, he's looking outfield. Is good to go. Orlando.
Sean Castle. Castle's
Hit it
going
to
to
the
go
wrong
across
guy.
the field, and he's able to get it to Alvarez. Ooh, a little collision there. He's out. It looks like Perez is okay.
I think Orlando just likes to fall out of his chair for a time.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
crowd
that's the only
here.
way I can get girls to pick me up. You know?
3 outs. Nice hustle by Perez. But not before the blue team gets on the board with 2 runs.
Yeah, we got us a 1-run game.
So
Getting a little more
So
interesting.
yeah, it's 3-2. As we'll head to the top of the second. 3-2 is Perez okay.
See how deep the order is.
On deck.
And now number 11, Jose Nieves, will lead off for the white team again. Nieves in his 21st games. Army vet, so
he started the same year that Gasper started softball here.
exactly. And he wanted to hang out with you too. I mean, what? That must be it, right? They knew you would be here.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. I think the reason I'm here and not out there is the ump said, you know what? If we get somebody else besides Mike, the games will go faster.
Oh, because you're talking up all the batters. Come on, you're just trying to make them feel relaxed so they strike out.
It's always fun, you know. I got to get in their head a little bit.
As
I like to make sure my guys know if the ball comes to them what they're going to do with it, you know. Mike, quit talking. All right, I'm quiet. Goes to the second baseman. He looks at first. He looks at second. He looks at the pitcher. Everybody's safe everywhere. Okay, Ken, you still want me to stay shut up, or should I tell him what to do with the ball if it comes to him? All right, here comes the pitch.
Nieves takes, very big swing.
He just put it on the outside corner a little bit. Made it a little tempting. Yeah, starting with that 1-1 count when you only get 2 good pitches to hit.
Yes.
Anything that looks close, you got to go at.
Ooh, and the swing there.
Yep, he's out of there.
And he did strike out, didn't he, Nieves?
Coming up, number 17.
That's William McElroy. 6 years in the Marines, 27 years in the Army for McElroy. So
He had a long career.
yes.
And I don't think this is his first time playing softball either. Looks familiar to me.
William Bud McElroy on deck.
Bud, yes.
Playing
He did say Bud. Said can't forget his name.
Another two-handed swinger. Oh, and he's going to be out.
over here.
That was a big swing.
Picked up by first baseman. He's
Rolled
out
right
for
to the
second
first
out.
baseman who wasn't still on the bag when he picked it up. Unfortunately, he didn't have a lot of speed going to first. Playing in that everyday chair, he swung and it flipped right over backwards.
Make sure Bud's all right.
Just take a couple people to get him back up in the chair again. That's why you'll notice the wide camber on a lot of these chairs and the wheel in the back, just for that reason.
Right. Absolutely. That was a big swing, man. He puts that in the air. That might be sailing over the wall. Just helping him up as he gets Bud able to get back in his chair.
That's it. A little round of applause for Bud here. That's what they go through all the time, guys. And they're still out here hustling and playing.
Here, Dave DeGasper is there if you can hear him, but man, falling out of the chair, hustling, get helped up.
Bud's okay. Thank you,
In
Bud.
basketball, I've seen a few guys fall down, fall out of their chairs, and they literally like pop themselves up and pop themselves back into their chairs. Same thing. I mean, rugby, you don't see. I mean, they end up actually on their back but I mean, as we know, as they're buckled in. But still, I mean, just to see the. And again, at times when you help us, see some guys just pop themselves right back up and get back into the chair.
Some of them are pretty strong. You see them playing forward, and they just do like a push-up and launch themselves. There's one down the third baseline. Good grab by the third baseman. Nice throw to first.
Very
and he
good
got
grab.
him.
as
3 up, 3 down.
Michael
for the white
Beckert
team.
Brickert, pardon me, was the one that grounded to third base, and he's out, so 3 up, 3 down. So we head to the bottom of the second. Still 3-2 the score, no runs scored in that inning.
That was pretty solid defense that time. They put the ball in play and they made the plays.
James Johnson on deck. Chris Wolf.
Burns has got a little. I don't know if somebody's going to protest. I mean, that's kind of a little big distraction there. The stylish bow tie. Don't get me wrong, Mike. I love it, but I'm just saying that could be a little bit too much bling out there.
You know, some of the leagues I've played in, wasn't it illegal to have jewelry and stuff?
Well, it's a bow tie, so is that really jewelry?
Yeah. Nobody said he couldn't dress formally on the mound.
Absolutely. Touche. Well played.
He still has his jersey on. You know, I haven't seen the bow tie with the jersey look, but, you know, and he can make anything look good.
There you go.
He's from the Air Force. What do you expect?
I was going to say, little favoritism there.
Bottom of the second.
Although he got rid of his first Cav hat.
Oh, now, yeah, see.
He's playing a ball cap. He's ready to play some ball now.
Yeah, figure gave up a few too many runs. As James Johnson is at bat, the first baseman, and the first pitch.
Oh,
down
right
the third base
fair.
line, and it's fair.
Down the first base. That's 2 at least. That's
just hooks fair.
That's
and
2
yes,
at least.
He is running it round in first. And
ground rule double. Yep.
It's a ground rule double. Wow, but man, just
He
millimeters.
stung that ball.
Kept it millimeters.
Oh yeah.
Inside the line.
It's like tennis. If it's on the white, it's in. He
Yep.
just barely snuck it in there. And as soon as he got behind the base, it went foul. But
hey, behind the base is what you said there. Key phrase.
yeah, no, very good call. The umpire was right there in position and right off the bat said it was fair right from the beginning, so everybody knew to play it. All right, we got a man in scoring position.
And up now, that is number 18. That's Chris Wolf, another Air Force vet.
All right, come on, Wolfie. Let's show him what we got.
Front with the pitch.
Oh, he hit it right to Castle.
Castle turns, picks
Castle
it.
can't play nothing at third.
Wolf's going to be safe at first.
So
Stay
we
at
got
third.
first
Oh,
and
yeah.
third. Wolf gets the infield hit.
Yep, could not. Mr. Castle couldn't get out of his wheels, and he was wise not to throw it to first because he was looking for that throw. If he was throwing to first, he was coming home.
And Rodriguez on deck.
You can tell who some of the real experienced players are because when you get to third base, you should only have your left wheel barely on the base. And the minute you roll off the base, be in foul territory. Because any ball that's batted and hits a runner, the runner is out. But if it hits you in foul territory, you're not out. If you're in fair territory, it hits you in its run. Because that happens a lot with balls hit to the right side, people running from first to second.
Right.
So as a runner, it's your responsibility. Don't run into a batted ball. Stop, let it go by you, let it go behind you. But don't get hit by the ball.
Right.
Because you're the lead runner.
That's right. I remember
out.
that last year because I saw 2 runners actually get hit, and I was like, wait, why
Oh,
are they
right
out?
back to the pitcher. He's got time for the double play.
Gets it to
He missed.
Castle.
Yeah, you got to get him at first because they did not tag second.
So
See,
one out.
Johnny gave up. He never pushed.
Yeah, that was Johnny Holland, and he just said,
What's the call?
So he's out at first.
Out at first.
So 2 outs now.
Godzilla's out at first. Wolf advanced to second base.
All right.
And that'll
We
bring
got 2
Joanne
outs.
Rodriguez, playing in her 13th games overall. Is here for a
Para
little
Team
bit.
Puerto Rico. Talk about getting them going. She had them fired up at the opening ceremony.
Oh yes, well they are. Well, I was going to they are always fired up. But yeah, 13th game overall.
Yeah, she knows the game. And she's like, get me a little closer to the plate.
Joanne Rodriguez is up at bat with Kevin Tenney.
So yeah, she's was here for a little bit, and then unable to make some games, and then now back, but her 13th overall is burnt with the pitch.
Oh, right back to
the
Andy.
liner.
Shuts her down. Hot shot to the pitcher.
And yes, he didn't have the best of throws before, but catches the line drive. So we'll go to the bottom of the second. Still 3-2 is the score. As we head to the top of the third, they're moving along pretty quickly here, Michael.
Yeah, they're playing some good defense. They're making the plays and getting them out right away.
Yeah, we got some runs already. Throws. We got some defense. And Sean Castle botched a play. You should give him a hard time.
I ain't gonna give Sean a hard time. He's way bigger than I am.
It's all right. We'll just go grab Mr. Pone and put him on our team. So 3-2 the score.
Those are hard, those one coming right at you too. That's what gets into your chair and then you're stuck. It's like there's nothing you can do except run over the ball, get away from it, and let's hope that your teammate comes in behind you and picks it up. Because you can't reach under the chair and get it yourself. You just say, "Come get this," and it seemed like they had plenty of time to get it, but. All right, there's a pretty good-sized guy lining up in the batter's box here.
Yes, it is for Team X, the white jerseys.
Oh, and he's got the one-hand swing going on. There you go. A lot of us tend to get a lot more power with one hand than two.
That's number 3, Dane Smith. His 5th games, 3rd time playing softball. Army vet. That's the pitch.
It's a good pitch. He drills
shortstop into left center. And it goes to the wall. And it's underneath, so he gets a ground rule double going under the wall. Well, he hit it there. He didn't kick it there like some people would have kicked.
No, he hit that thing hard enough. Nobody was near it. He just ripped the fence up and went through. He stung that ball. It wasn't far from the shortstop. It was pretty rangy, and he didn't even have a chance to get his hand wave at it.
So he did. So he is on second base, and now that brings
we've got a good batter coming up
number
here.
5. That's Kevin Patton.
Kevin Patton.
Oh, why is he a good batter? Why is he a good batter?
I've played with Kevin before. He's been playing with these games a lot.
What else about Kevin?
What else about Kevin?
What branch was he in?
Another Air Force man.
All right, that's Michael Gilwell. I knew it. No, but yeah, he looks like he's ready to go.
Oh yeah, he's intense.
Oh,
yeah.
Holds off on that pitch.
He wanted it, but he's like, no, it's a little short. I ain't swinging at that crap. Bring it to me. Get it high enough where I can hit it. Kevin's a smart base runner, too. They start throwing around that runner ahead of him. He'll be jumping around bases behind him.
Smith on second. He gets a gapper. Smith should be able to score.
Oh,
it's right at short.
Right at short. Oh, he bobbled it. See, Kevin's quick. They got him in a rundown.
He's in a pickle, and they tag him out.
Yeah, they made a good play, tagging the guy out.
That's one out, and that'll keep Patton on first. Yeah. Patton will be on first, and now number 2, Marco Bungert, Army vet. He also played in basketball yesterday.
And Mark Bungert is up at bat. With
Marco Bungert.
3rd on deck. We remember Tony.
Oh yes. It's Tony, number 10. Edna, she's like, they gotta change my name, but it's Tony. 3-2 the score though here. Yeah. 21st year the Gasper is family sponsor in softball.
Yeah, and Ned. Here we go. What's he got for a pitch for him? Right up.
Bungert. Ooh, fouls it off.
Nice, very hittable pitch. He's making him be a hitter.
Gotta put a little bit of that crazy spin on the on
you
the
know,
pitch.
Sometimes they throw it from this way, sometimes this way. You never know what's coming.
Oh,
that's short.
A ball, so 2-2 the count.
Gotta put this in play. Fair ball. Kevin's getting a little run on
But
him.
Richard Alvarez on third base. Well, he was playing closer to the line. Now he moved off the line a little bit. Royal. Ooh, his plunger
Right
hits
to
it.
the pitcher.
Tosses it to first.
And he's out.
For the second out.
That was a nice play there by James Johnson. Fielded the
Nice hustle, Kevin. Our good
play
friend
there at
Tony
first.
Bird is up at bat now.
Tony
Yeah.
Bird again in her first games, Navy vet.
Yeah. He was smart. He grabbed that ball and he pushed straight off at the other runner. Make sure he didn't go anywhere.
There's my guy Frank Johnson. He's on deck. He's a basketball player too, and an Air Force vet.
Tony's looking pretty intense up there.
I know. Choked up on the bat a little bit. Got the good form. First pitch. Oh,
Good
that's
eye.
a ball short.
Good eye. Take the walk if you can get it. You got a nice power hitter behind you. Make him throw you something good.
Oh,
Big swing
on the outside of the plate though. May have been a little high though. May have been swinging at a ball there. What do you
It
think?
hit the plate. That was a ball. It was short.
We'll see what Tony Bird can do here with 2 strikes, a runner on second, 2 outs.
Oh, he gave her a
right
good
to
pitch to
short.
hit. Gave her a
It's
good pitch
bobbled
to
a little
hit.
bit. Can Turdy get down there? It's across to first. Oh, and she's just out. But the bobble, you're talking about if you bobble it, give an extra half second.
Yeah.
Might be safe, but oh man, good at bat by Tony.
Yep, she worked the pitches and she waited till she had a good one to hit. If she didn't swing at that, she was striking out, so she had to put it in play. A little more speed, you know, new in the chair, first year here.
Yeah.
She picks up the speed, she'll be beating that out.
Yeah. Just again, we talked about this last year. I mean, obviously with the Super G, but in all the sports, it becomes second nature. And talking to Ryan Lindstrom yesterday as well. I mean, you don't. It's like just when you learn how to play sports as a kid, you don't think, oh, okay, after you learn, oh, put my foot here, this and that. It just becomes second nature. But all that you really do have to think of in the chair. I mean, you said dropping the bat, going, but and even in the field, turning away from it, but angling your chair to hit to get out of the box a little quicker. All the little things, and it becomes second nature. Which again is this, like I said to you last year, is just the beyond amazing part to these games.
Yeah. No, definitely the experience shows, and the thing is to introduce these games to novices so they can find out, hey, this is pretty cool, and I can do this. Let me find a team when I go home. It's a lot of how many of us got from this level to play at the national level. Here's another one. He's going to be doing that backhand swing.
Andy Burnt. He's got a pretty quick pace going here. Oh, with the spin there.
Deep. Call them deep.
Ah.
Oh, inside.
And you get, well, it's ball 4. He got hit anyway, but he gets to take his base.
And Tenney draws a walk with Larry Moses up at bat now.
So that was Kevin
Jones
Tenney.
is on deck.
Should have said that. That was at bat, Kevin Tenney. And now up number
He's getting
14,
hit
Larry
a little
Moses, his 5th games, Army vet.
He's getting a little lead here.
Burnt messing with him.
Yeah. Am I going to throw or am I not going to throw?
Oh, and that's a ball inside.
Oh, that's
line down to
spinning. That's
third.
spinning away.
Does have
Spinning
spin.
away.
Oh, nice job fielding. Goes across to first.
Uh-oh,
but
he
can't
missed
handle
at
it.
first base.
And he will be safe.
And he's going to go to
Moses.
third. Is he coming home? He's coming home.
He is coming home.
He's coming home. The
Nope,
throw
he's
stay
turning
went
around.
back.
Ooh, a nice
He would have
play
been
there.
safe, too. He would have been
Oh,
safe.
I don't know about that. Tony Tony Bird, she came up with a nice snag there. All she had to do was turn inside and tag. No way.
Yeah, but
He would not have been safe.
She was 8 feet.
He would not. 8 feet. Oh,
her
come
arms
on.
ain't 8 feet long. She was 8 feet from the base.
She could have got over to him. He
Well,
was
know
not
what?
that far down
she
the
had
line.
Burnt right there covering. All she had to do was flip to Andy.
No, that too.
That is
I think she
teamwork
could have
there.
got there, but yes, he was covering.
Yeah, Andy was right there saying, give me the ball. So he was wise to turn and go back. I thought he was going to make it. The ball looked like it was going to go a little wide. She did make a nice grab to pick that up and save it from coming under our table.
No outs.
No outs in first and third. And this looks like a hitter out there.
Opportunity time for the blue team.
Another speedster from basketball. Ooh, big swing. Just a little under it.
Robert Jones, yeah, with the pitcher, Robert Jones.
Yeah. He's only got one more. Brent's probably going to throw him crap on this one. Try and get him to swing at junk, but. Oh, he's throwing over. Oh, he can score now. It's legal.
Wow.
See, they're not allowing it in these games, but at the national level, it is allowed.
Teddy back at third base. And Moses back to first.
Yes. We still get free pick-off attempts, which is nice. At the national level, those throwaway pick-offs cost you, and that would have cost him a run. He was very wise. As soon as it went by, he tagged up and took off. But umpire said, nope, not here. Oh, and Johnny's out. He fouled out. He fouled it out.
Robert Jones fouls out. That's a first out. Still 3-2 the score.
Yeah. We still got first and third.
On deck, Ty Cleveland.
Number 4 is up.
For the Royal team, number 4, that's Ty Cleveland. So 3-2 on the scoring in the first, and now nobody can get we've had base runners.
They're making their plays. Even with that spinning one, I thought it was going to spin away from him, and he made a nice reach and get a good throw over. Okay, Burnt's trying to psych him out now.
He is trying to psych him out. Fake pitch and everything. Him in the bling, the bow tie bling, but it's right.
Oh, right after Sean Castle. And he boots another one.
And
but
a
he
run
got
scores.
it to first. And it's safe at first. Oh, they got him. Ooh, I don't know. That was close.
Oh, that was very close, Ty Cleveland, but a run does score for the blue team.
Yeah, the run got in before, even though it was the third, but it was only the second.
Came in on the play for a run for the blue team to
we're
tie
all
it up.
knotted up at 3.
That's that. Looking at the ball thing. He, you know,
2 outs.
don't look at the ball. He was in there.
With Richard Alcaraz
Yes,
on
he
deck.
was, and now 0-0.
Oh, he can play. Oh, what
Right
a
at
rip.
Burnt.
Line shot.
Wow.
Cleveland, right
Wow.
Thank God I hit him in the belly. It sucked right in there. Andy, I didn't say
Ty
that.
Cleveland just crushed it back at him.
innings played.
Wow. So we are all knotted up at 3.
Yeah, you don't hit him any more square than that. Right up to the pitcher. Thank God for those beer pours.
Well, Mikey, we gotta part ways for a minute because Jimmy Green's here.
Oh, Jimmy Green's here.
Jimmy Green.
All right.
Mean Jimmy Green. Look at everybody's got Mean Jimmy
Oh
Green.
yeah, Jimmy Green. I love it.
You're the best though. We'll
Hey.
talk. We'll talk more
We'll be
because
playing
I gotta,
again, you know?
I gotta talk more softball and how bad your Pats are gonna be. As Jimmy Green gonna come in and join us. Mike's gonna go heckle the softball players though.
Leading off for the white team, Frank Johnson on deck. Johnny Sandoval.
It's Frank Johnson leading off, and now Jimmy Green. We've been looking for you. Glad you're here, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Yesterday, right? You played some hoops, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Frank Johnson was picking on me yesterday from last year because he went back and watched my broadcast. Said I didn't give his move enough credit. But we made up. We mended fences there.
He's a tough one.
Oh man, yes, but heck of a game. So basketball, softball, what else you got going on?
I did shot put, javelin, and discus this morning, and yesterday had 9-ball and archery.
Wow.
Wow. Third base.
Oh, and across.
Johnson chased that one a little bit.
Yeah, that's what Mike was talking about too. The pitcher's just throwing, and I like to call it like from Major League or Bull Durham, the junk. Just keep it kind of close, get them to swing at pitches they probably shouldn't swing at, but yet they do.
And yet they do.
So you guys. Oh, you lost the team black.
Yes, we did.
That's all right. You'll get
They're
them
a
back.
pretty good team, I got to tell you.
What how many games is this for you, by the way?
This is my 23rd games in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, basically grew up here. I was in my mid-20s when I started coming, 1996, in Seattle, Washington, and coincidentally, that's pretty much where I got injured. I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington.
Oh, wow.
And I've been coming ever since. Because it changed my life, and at this point, I just love to see that happen to other guys.
Because I talked to a lot of the guys last year too, and the one thing, and you know, even the men and women as well, but just talking to them, it's coming that first time is so, because you know, you want to come and you know, you want to be competitive. We're all wired to be competitive and want to win. But I mean, talk about a little bit your the first time. I mean, were you nervous? Were you just kind of focused on one sport? I mean, being the novice, I guess, the new kid on the block. What was it like?
Well, you know, I really wasn't nervous. I'd been playing wheelchair basketball for a little bit, and that was the thing I was most excited about doing. I think the thing for me was that at the time I was still a little depressed and hadn't, you know, accepted my situation yet. And the games really helped me do that. You know, you see guys that are worse off than you, and they're living their lives and having a great time. And I realized, hey, I've got no problem just doing like they do. Big Andy Burnt up to bat here.
Oh yeah, the pitcher, and I gotta love the bow tie. I think I think up to bat it's okay, but I think on the mound that's a little too much bling. He might get caught for that in league play, right?
He might. I think they're going to let him get away with it.
But it's a red, white, and blue, so of course it's loud. As pitching, Robert Jones. Oh, and Burnt, big swing, and fouls it off though. How'd you do in basketball yesterday? Because you weren't on my court. You big time. You didn't come over. You didn't play on my court.
Yeah, we lost by 3 to a good team as well. It's like that sometimes. You get on a team with a lot of good players, and that's a lot of fun. But then, you know, sometimes you just don't get the luck there. 2 years ago, Andy and I played softball together, and we won the gold medal.
Oh, nice.
And he hit the first home run I've seen. I'm sure other people have done it, but I hadn't seen one at the games, and hit it right over the fence.
And you're Army vet?
Yes, sir.
Army vet. Oh, and Burnt with the hit into the gap. Oh, around second. Nobody's at third, though. Oh, well, it's picked up, and Sandoval will be safe at third. And Michael, Mr. Gilboa, taught me, because last year I was like, I don't get why the players are kind of turning their chairs. I thought it'd be easier if it's hit right out. He goes, no, it's going to hit your foot. If you turn to the angle, you can pick the ball up easier and make the throw. And yeah, Booker T, I don't know if you heard about his catch in the first game at shortstop. He actually he reached to his right, actually his chair. He fell back, but came out of his chair, but he held the ball up. Ball didn't touch the ground, so he had the catch of the game.
I hope they got that on video.
We did.
Oh, you guys were doing that.
We did.
That's good.
Oh, and Castle.
Nice hit.
And look at that, drives and a run. So they're up 4-3 as Sandoval comes in. Burnt goes to second, and now Tip will be up to bat. James Tipton.
I believe Tip is a novice, if I'm not mistaken.
I had him in basketball yesterday, and you know what? I didn't ask him. I know he's an Air Force vet, but to softball?
No, to the games.
Oh,
yeah. But I could be wrong.
You know what? We were talking, and I didn't write that down. I think you're correct. I think he might be. But yeah, it's 4-3 to score now. So how is it? I mean, team, because I tease the guys. My grandpa was an Army vet, 20 years, World War II in Korea, and I mean, even friends that he had, the older generation, they, you know, not in times of conflict, but out of that, the trash talking between the branches. So, I mean, is it tough to play nice with the Navy guys and the Marines and not give them too much of a hard time?
No, it's not. I mean, we have fun, but actually out at field today, we were having a funny discussion, and there's a pecking order, and all of us have a different pecking order. But
no disagreement, no.
Yeah, sure. And we were all in agreement that there's an argument over who's at the top of the pecking order, but we're all in agreement on who's at the bottom, and we say Air Force. And then an Air Force pilot was a female. She walked up. She was a volunteer, and she was having none of it.
Yeah. Oh, I love the competitive banter flowing. That's awesome. So 96 was your first games?
Yes, sir.
And so have you always done basketball and softball? Ooh, line drive hit there by Tipton, but he's going to tag Burnt out.
Oh, could still get him at first on a good throw. Got him.
But he's out. Double play.
Over there for Tipton. Nice hustle by Tip, but he's out at first base.
As Tipton helping him up, and again, you guys, and I said it last year during basketball, Jimmy, because I was talking to Jeff DeLeon, who unfortunately isn't here this year, but we were talking, and I go, I know it's a movie, but that line in the first Transformers, this is forth throughout the broadcast, when John Turturro is arguing with Josh Duhamel, and Josh Duhamel slams him down, and John Voight looks at him and goes, I would tell him what he wants to know because they're trained not to lose. And so, but the attitude you got that the men and women take out here, and again, it's just, like I said, being a novice, it's always tough because, getting used to it. I know today was, it was Kids Day, and it's awesome to see, getting kids out here, and, unfortunately, if they're born with something, but there's activities and sports, competitive sports for them to do. And I mean, again, that's just a great part of these games. And I mean, but like I say, you guys no lose, no limits, no fighting, and then just the way you go at each other. And so yeah, we can get a bite to eat afterwards, but on the field you're in trouble.
Yeah, and we all understand that. I mean, it's a fine line you have to walk here at the wheelchair games. I mean, we want to be competitive. They are keeping score, but just try to keep in mind that this particular event is about a little bit more than just winning and losing. And early on, I think now I'm a little more accepting of that. When I was a young man coming to these games, I had to learn that it was bigger than that. Yes. Just the winning and losing. Now in the league, it's nothing but winning and losing. But here it's just to have fun and get to know guys. I mean, this is like a 600-person family reunion for me every year, and I plan my summers around the games. I wouldn't miss them.
That's awesome. That is, yeah, so true. And I mean, the people you meet, the teammates, again, with being like you said, back home in leagues, a lot of guys that are from the same area. I know you play in the same leagues and you play with each other. Then here, you classifications and seedings, you might play against each other. That's got to make it a little fun too, right? Especially
absolutely.
When you get back home.
This is one of the few events, well, the only one I know of, where the uniqueness of it is that every year you're playing with different guys and against different guys, and that's a lot of fun,
Burnt with the pitch. Ooh, and that's laced right to short. Look at Frank Johnson. Those basketball hands. What a phenomenal play by Frank, because he's at shortstop, and I don't want him to think that I'm overlooking him again, Jimmy. So I can't get in trouble 2 years in a row.
Danny Ward on deck.
His first year at the games was 2013. We were on the same basketball team, and nobody knew who he was. But he was a rebounding machine. We wound up taking the gold medal basically because nobody else got a rebound, I don't think.
Yes, he definitely down low, and the move that, because Sean Castle given him a really solid pass, and I said it was the pass. I mean, for the angle he made it, but then I remember saying along the lines of how Frank knifed through the defense pretty easily. I was like, oh well. I'm like, oh well, he did, and he's like, oh, but you talk more about the pass. So I was like, man, can't make everybody happy. But no, he's out here playing softball. All right, I'll put you on the spot a teeny bit. What's your favorite?
Boy, it is hard to say that is a spot, because the first adaptive sport I ever played was basketball, so it holds a special place. But I do love the softball tournament.
That's to the right side. Look at that. And as that was grounded by Josh Stahl. And picking it up, number 5, Robert Jones gets it to Sean Castle. 4-3 the score. As the white team leading. And then the Gaspers family, softball-wise, 21 years they've sponsored this event. This is their baby. Got a chance to talk to Dave last year at the games. We'll catch up with them here shortly. But man, I mean, that's just the involvement that you get from the outside. I mean, we know, sponsorship fees, but people that, take the time and that are here and get to see. Because like I said, last year was, and I had heard about it for years, but last year was my first year being involved in it. And it's just, I mean, the competition, like I said, is insane. But just to see the like you said, a huge family reunion, but the Gaspers family to be involved and all sponsors to be involved, that's got to be a great feeling.
Oh, they are a wonderful family, and I just love that they're always here and they're very much into it. And I wish the other team sports would have a sponsor the way they do softball. And without them, it wouldn't be the same. They really make it the event that I like doing the most.
Oh, we get a timeout here. As Danny Ward up at bat. Ooh, and well, right to, look at that. Frank Johnson scoops it up like it's nothing. Castle.
Score remains unchanged.
At the end of 4-3.
Going to the top of the fifth.
When you look at this, I mean, throughout the years, like you're saying, I mean, just I guess the more friendships you made. I mean, joining the military obviously is a big family. You said, brotherhood, sisterhood. Obviously, not leaving the brave women out that are serving as well too. But I mean, the family atmosphere that you have, and then coming here, and then again, like you said, playing with, members in other branches that maybe you never would have met. Maybe you would have. Who knows? But I mean, just to expand on that. I mean, obviously the growth of it and what these games mean to you guys, the vets.
Oh, I can just tell you that some of the best friends I have, I met them at these games, and that group just grows larger every year. I mean, you see guys come in, and sometimes you just click with a certain person, and it's good for them because they're new, and it's good for you because it's always good to have more friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's just so important. I mean, maybe not everybody looks at it like that. I mean, I'm sure there's guys out here who, it's just something they do when they can. Maybe but guys like me, it's not like that. This is an important event, and like I said, it changed my life. It brought me perspective. I grew up as an athlete, and after my injury, the thing that was toughest for me was that I didn't think I could be an athlete anymore. So I didn't, I didn't know what to do about that. And when wheelchair sports was introduced to me, it changed everything.
Yeah, the adaptive sports, I mean, just to see, a big swing there. Just to see what you can do. And guys that, I mean, I've heard, playing overseas and just clubs everywhere. And I've seen quad rugby living in Phoenix, but I've been out to it a few times. They've had events out there, and the first time I watched you hear like the collisions, and it's like, man, they just don't stop. And it's it's the strategy there too with rugby and basketball as well. But it's again, like you said, just having the opportunity to do it. That's a great thing about the Kids Day too. I mean, I've touched on that, but parents say almost kind of see a sigh of relief, kind of a weight off their shoulders, knowing that there is stuff out there, activities out there for their kids to use, because they're other friends, that are able-bodied or playing sports, but they can too. Just look at that, a hit right to shortstop.
Oh, fumbled one.
And Billy Ray safe at first.
Billy Ray gets down to first very quickly on the bobble there as Billy Ray Pierce. Yeah, just running on first. 4-3 the score still as Team X in the white jerseys leading Discovery in the royal blue jerseys.
You know, I'm sitting here and I see this picture of Jocko here on the table.
I looked at your wrist. Yeah. Great minds to say you have Jocko, and lost him in the last year, but he loved the softball.
Yeah, he loved it all, and I loved him for it. I mean, this is my 23rd year, and this is the first time I've ever been here, and he wasn't here. And it was just really exciting for me to see him for the first time each year because, you know, he always showed a lot of love, and you know, that's just someone that you're attracted to that's just, you know, so friendly, and he loved, you know, he would always say he hopes he gets on my team, and, you know, you'd like to hear that. It's great when people appreciate you, and I hate to lose him.
Yes, he will be missed, but again, having, like you said, forming the friendships, he will definitely, memory will live on, and again, always seeing playing softball, playing, like you said, basketball, expanding, like you said, a 600-person family reunion.
Yes, exactly. No, we'll never forget Jocko. I've played with him many years, and I keep an album with pictures of every year that we are here, so, you know, he'll always be there.
Nice. Ooh, that's inside. And he was about to swing, but he said, no, I'm going to hold off on that.
Greg Jack.
Good, Greg Jack.
Billy Ray on first, no outs.
Team White trying to add to their lead as they're up 4-3.
And Jack
And he gets walked.
Yeah.
Not wanting to pitch to Jack is now. That'll bring up Jose Nieves.
Now with William Bud McElroy on deck.
Nieves has runners on first and second. Talking to Mikey G, and he said, "Yeah, you find those gaps, you get a few extra runs when you get some speed on the bases."
That's what it takes. I tell you, it's very frustrating to get a good hit on the ball and hit solid, and it goes right to the shortstop or the third baseman, and you know you're out. Of course, I have also seen guys get a nice shot between the infield, and if you have the right person playing in the outfield, they can still throw you out at first.
Well, that is the voice of Jimmy Green, Army vet, and a longtime participant here in the National Veterans Wheelchair Games, 38th edition, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America. But I heard you were pretty excited to come join me, so not too many people are. So I had to tell my mom that somebody was actually excited to come join me on a broadcast.
Yes, when Lonnie contacted me about it, I was like, "Are you kidding me? That's like a lifetime dream to commentate a game."
Well, hey, you guys, you know the game, you know more of the intricacies of it. I was always terrible. It's because I was telling Mike that I'm the type that playing softball, slow pitch softball, Jimmy, because people wouldn't throw strikes. I just kept the bat on my shoulder. If they didn't throw a strike, I'd take a walk. Why would you want to play slow pitch and take a walk? I'm like, did he throw a strike? Yeah. Like I had a baseball coach said, if they don't throw a strike, until they throw a strike, you keep the bat on your shoulder.
Right. Well, it depends on the hitter. Like Big Andy Byrne, I don't want him holding the bat because, you know, like I said, he hit that one over the fence 2 years ago, and yeah. So if it's anywhere in the area, he's going to hit it. Joe Whitcamp is another one. If he can get the bat around to the ball, he'll go ahead and hit it.
Well, Bud McElroy up. McElroy, this is interesting, Jimmy. I know when Bud told me this. He spent 6 years in the Marines and then 27 years in the Army.
Huh. Yeah, I've met a couple of people who made that change in the middle. Not sure why you would do that.
Yeah. Well, I thought that was kind of when I heard it, I was like, wow. I'm like, you can do that, but I'm like, of course you. What are they going to do? Tell you no? I mean, if you wanted to, you're a servant. I mean, I would think you couldn't be told no, but yeah, that's very interesting. And right back to Robert Jones. Forced to third. But safe at second.
Probably should have gone to first. They had a better shot at getting the runner going to first.
I was just about to ask you that. I've been like, hey, I think you could have went across the diamond to first as I was looking to third.
And McElroy is in at first on the fielder's choice with Mike Rickard. Big Mike Rickard's on at the bat with Dane Smith on deck.
Mike's a good friend of mine. He lives in Montana. he actually drove into the games, and they got in a little earlier than they thought, he and his wife, Diane, and they wound up spending the night at my house.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Nothing wrong with a little early pre-game sleepover.
Exactly. Yeah.
Driving from Montana, that's a little bit of a jaunt.
No, I don't know if I do that, but yeah, they did.
I have been lucky enough to drive cross country 5 times. So it is interesting. As long as you take a different way back than you took there, because if you take the same way back and forth, that's kind of boring.
Yeah.
But it is fun to drive cross country. So
I think I would enjoy driving, if we were going to the National Veterans Wheelchair Games. Driving in would be fun, but I might be tired to go back. That's why I've never done it.
It's like driving to Las Vegas. 'Cause I living in Phoenix, it's not far. Great drive there. It's so fun driving back. A little tired. I'm with you. A little tired, like you said, Jimmy. So you have another softball game.
Yes, I believe we play at 6:30.
Okay, perfect. Oh, he gets walked.
To add to their total runs.
As
with 2 outs.
Brickert gets walked, and now
Time.
up to bat. That will be number 3, Dane Smith. His 5th game, 3rd year playing softball, though. I hear guys like you talking. Now everybody wants to get in on the softball.
Yeah, well, anybody who's new to the games, I recommend that you get involved in the team sports, because that's where you hang out for 2 or 3 days with these guys, and you get to know each other. You have a common goal, and as opposed to like field events, you don't spend time with anybody really. You just go out, you do your throws, and then you're done. But if you play a team sport, that's how you really get to know people. If you're not a social butterfly.
But last year we covered. I know I had to do track, and I got to do. We were out there for track, and it rained a little bit. We had a little delay in Cincinnati, but that's all right. After the rain cleared, but yeah, just to the effort it takes, and then to obviously to do the track events, and even with. Again, like field and I know they moved the archery and the air rifle and air pistol inside. Table tennis is popular this year too.
I heard a lot
of people doing table tennis. As that is into left field.
Yeah, nice.
1 run's going to be in, and coming around 3rd. Play at the plate, wait a little too long. 2 runs are in as Bud comes across to score. So Bud McElroy scores, Nieves scores. And that is 2 more runs for the white team, making it 6-3.
Third base coach made a good call there, sending him.
Yeah, as Dane Smith gets a 2 RBI single.
Now you were talking about the archery being moved indoors, and because of that, this was my first year doing it. I enjoy shooting, but used to be one of the targets was 50 meters away, and I don't think I can see 50 meters away, let alone hit a target at 50 meters.
You're not the only one.
So they moved it indoors this year and made it 18 meters, and I was, sign me up.
Yeah, I would think moving it indoors, I would say maybe go like 30, 35.
Yeah, well, I guess, they have the room. I'm not sure why they chose to go down to such a low distance, but they did. Helped me out.
Oh, that is into right field as number 5, Kevin Patton with the hit.
Brickert comes home on the play.
So Brickert scores, and going to second is
third base.
Kevin
Smith
Patton
on third base, Patton on second.
RBI for Kevin Patton.
So that makes it 7-3 now.
Another run for the white team. Up and back now, Mark Bunker on deck.
This white team is a very strong team.
Yeah, Marco Bunger, fellow basketball players,
Yes, he is.
Him and Sean Castle, Frank Johnson, you guys all coming over to the trying to do a little dual court dominance over here on the softball field and the basketball court.
Yeah, a whole lot of us do both.
Oh, and Bunger. Loses the ball.
Bunger's got some speed, but Smith gets one to run down.
So that is 3 outs, but the damage is done. Jimmy's 3 runs there, making it 7-3 here. So we head into the bottom of the 5th. As I've learned from last year and this year, no lead is too safe.
Right,
bats get hot, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's 7-7.
That's right. They will not get comfortable. They've all been here long enough to know.
John Fay on deck.
Yeah, our catcher in this game, Tony Bird, she's for the white team. This is her first games.
Well, she's pretty agile in the chair there.
Oh man! Oh, see.
Andy's got his Steelers gear on.
I like Andy, but then every year he puts that Steelers stuff on. I'll be nice about it this year, Jimmy. That Steelers stuff on. One of my cousins is a huge Steelers fan, but still, I just.
Oh, well, Andy and I bonded over the fact that we're both big Steelers fans.
Oh, no, with another one. You're like, yeah, that's right, Michael. What do you think about Antonio Brown showing up to camp in a helicopter?
Hey.
What do you think of that? Guess we're going to show up in style, right?
That's right, yeah.
So that is strike 1.
John Fay's got some power if he straightens it
That's
out.
Fay up to bat.
The Steelers came in and played the Buccaneers a few years back when Andy and I were both living in Tampa, and we went to the game together.
Really?
Yes,
Nice.
and coincidentally, this year they come and play the Bucs.
Aha. So you are ready to go.
I am ready to go. Nice hit.
Oh, and wow, that is all the way back to the fence. Fay is going to take 2.
At least.
Went under.
If he keeps,
Oh, no.
he could come home.
It's in play, so Fay could get the
Send him.
inside the Parker. Oh, Frank Johnson with the good throw. 2 outs, Burns there. Oh,
Called him
he's
safe on the bobble.
Oh, Frank Johnson made a nice throw on the
He
line.
did,
Little-
absolutely.
One big hop, and Burnt had it.
We're tangled up here.
John Fay able to score. And they're,
Hung up.
yeah,
Andy might want to see the replay on that one.
I was going to say, we don't. Mike Danik, you got to pull up the replay on that one. Yeah, no, we don't have. It is the inside the park home run.
What a hustle there. And good bang play at home plate.
So you get, well, we just talked about not getting comfortable. 1 run back right there.
Right there, quick.
So a big Steelers fan, huh? That's
Yeah, I grew up, started playing football when I was 8 years old, and at that time it was, the mid-'70s when the Steelers had the dynasty, so I wanted to start watching football, and they were the best team, so, I kind of gravitated, and they were on TV a lot at that time as well.
Yes.
And, I just never wavered from that. Stuck with them, even in the years when, things weren't so good in the 80s.
Yeah, I grew up. I'm a rival of yours. I'm a Cowboys fan. I'm a Tom Landry guy. Grew up with Tom Landry in those 70s. Yes, if I ever have the Jackie Smith replay, even though the Cowboys still had a chance maybe to win the game, but yeah, Jackie Smith dropping that touchdown in the end zone. But yeah, and Terry Bradshaw. I mean, people see him as a TV person, this and that, but as much, Hall of Famer, yes, played around a lot of guys, but sometimes I don't think he gets some of the credit he deserves.
Well, there was a lot of great players on that team.
Yes.
I guess that's part of it. Had some of the best receivers.
John Stallworth and Lynn Swan make great catches, but I'm sorry, who threw him the ball?
Yeah, it had to get there. And then Franco Harris, the threat in the backfield makes it a little easier as well. And then that defense that wouldn't allow much.
Oh, no. I actually met and got to briefly talk to Franco Harris last year at the Fiescos, and Penn State was there, him being a Penn State alum. But yeah, it was tough shaking hands with the Steelers guys. I do admit that. Oh, and look at that. The lefty pulls it, goes to second base, but Patton over to Castle with that. He pulled that very solidly to Dale Spiller.
Yeah, Dale's a good player for one of the lower classes, and when I say that, in case people don't know, we're classed based on our level of injury, and he's a real good player for his class. When the games were in Pittsburgh a couple of years ago, I got to meet Art Rooney Jr. before he passed away, and that was a great honor. Oh, and Orlando Perez, yeah, that one.
was what, the ambassador to Ireland for a while?
Andy giving him the treatment.
Yeah, he is. Oh, Perez. Oh, but you get the Frank Johnson right to Sean Castle. Almost, man. Wow, talk about getting out of the box quick there. As Orlando Perez pretty much went all the way to the next field.
Had to get some breaks.
Pulled a Bo Jackson there. So now that'll bring up James Johnson. Johnson Oates. And it'll be foul ball.
Strike 2 on Johnson.
You know, having been here so long, I've watched a lot of these guys, you know, their stories, and Orlando's been here a long time, and I remember when he was very novice, and boy, he's a really good ball player now.
Yeah, 16th games. Oh, look at that. Frank Johnson. Man, just owning the middle infield there.
Like a vacuum.
Might have to, just remember, see, now you're doing this game, you're getting to scout these two teams. Just don't hit him the ball at short, right?
That's right. Yeah. If you can hit it directly over the pitcher, you're golden.
Yep. I'm still waiting. We had a few big foul balls. I mean, you were playing in your first game, but we had a few big foul balls on the third base line that if they were straightened out, they may have had a chance to go over the fence there. As Tony Bird in her first games, novice playing in softball, and again getting involved in the team sport, like you said, Jimmy.
Exactly. Maybe somebody told her.
Leading off for the white team. Beautiful.
Joanne Rodriguez pitching. Another good friend of mine. She's from Puerto Rico, and
how great
we
is it
met
when they
playing
enter,
basketball.
How great is it when they enter the opening ceremonies? Because last 2 years I've seen it, the music, and I mean, you're already pumped up, but they get everybody going with the music.
Oh yeah, the Puerto Rican team is a lot of fun. My wife is from Colombia, so I'm kind of used to that.
You're used to a little
Latin
bit of
blood.
a little bit of the fire, huh?
I am.
No, it is absolutely awesome.
New in at catcher is another friend of mine, Kevin Tinney.
Yeah, I got a few defensive switches here. It's like Jimmy said, Joanna Rodriguez pitching, and then Kevin Tinney behind the plate. With Orlando Perez, he's at second base. Surprised he's not at short. Oh wow, that was just trying to intimidate everybody there. I should say actually sandbagging, and I can't pitch, and all of a sudden there goes strike 3 right over the plate. Oh, and that's a walk for Bird. Well, here comes the super shortstop, Frank Johnson.
Now with Johnny Sandoval.
By the way, back in 2013, when was his first games, he was a much bigger guy. He's lost quite a bit of weight. Looks great.
Yes, I know. I was talking to him yesterday. We were after the game. We were Facebook Live, and so I publicly had my apologies. He was picking out. He's like, "I have something to talk to you about." I was like, "Oh man, what did I do? It's the first day. I couldn't have done much." We were talking about. No, he was. But yeah, it's again to see, like you said, the camaraderie and yes, getting staying in shape, and as Johnson gathers the walk. Or gets the walk, and that'll send Tony Bird down to second base. The red team or white team still leading 7-4.
Tony Bird on second, Johnson on first.
Yeah, watching especially going around the track. I mean, I know Invacare checking them out at the expo, and I mean their pikes, but just doing it with the arms. I mean, it's tough enough when having run track like that. It's tough enough doing it normally, but I mean just the arm strength and the endurance, obviously, that it takes to do the events, even the field events with, again, the limitations that you might have, but no excuse, man. That's what I love.
That's right. That's the beauty of the human experience is that we adapt. That's what it's all about. Take what you're given and make it work for you.
My grandpa used to say, if there's a problem, it can be solved.
That's
Everything
right.
can be solved. Robert Jones back pitching now. And up at bat, that is number 13, Juan Sandoval. Ooh. is a strike.
Strike 2 on Sandoval.
Oh, they thought it was a walk. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Nice.
Time is called.
I might as well throw over to first, see if, oh no, time wasn't called. We picked them off. We confused the umpires. Because players would never try to do that.
No, I take whatever advantage you can get.
I do like Andy's style, though, changing it up every few innings. But you guys are Steelers fans. Like I said, I could live without the Steelers part. But I love the style. I got to say, I love the style. Oh, that's the third base, so it looks like we'll take the force at third.
Johnson advanced to second.
Yeah, Andy is flamboyant, to say the least. A big Hulk Hogan fan as well, so that's probably where he got that.
I was going to say, see, it connects the dots perfectly.
Castle, I have to say that every single time on that.
Did you say War Eagle? Did he say War Eagle? I could have sworn he said War Eagle.
That's what I heard.
Jimmy heard War Eagle as well. I like Jimmy Green. Jimmy Green is a great man. Not that he needs me to tell him that, but yes, the
Sean is awful proud of his
he is.
Alabama days, and with good reason. You know, that's he's one of us that is a big success story.
Absolutely.
Played at Alabama and graduated. Now he's working at the PBA. It's good to have one of us up there.
Yes, he is. I was teasing him. And the reason why I'm saying War Eagle, Jimmy, is because last year he sat in on some broadcasts with basketball, and he was teasing me about ASU. I was trash talking him a little bit, but I mean, then he started going after my Sundays. I was like, all right, let's not get carried away. And so I said, oh, so you guys going to win this? He goes, well, we're going to try hard. He goes, but he thought they should, and he had Frank Johnson on his team, so I thought, they had had a good chance. Oh, that's fouled off for strike 3.
Don't see that very often, folks.
But I said, so if you don't win it, I go, I can name your basketball team next year the War Eagles, right? And so he said, okay. Now he says he never agreed to it, Jimmy. I don't know.
Likely story.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, yeah, likely story.
Andy with such a big bat, that's the downside. Most, even in major leagues, the guys who with the huge bats, they strike out sometimes because they're trying to crush it.
Oh, yeah. It's Castle, though. Very the two-handed grip. Oh, when he takes that into center field. And I don't think Frank Johnson's going to come around third. There's one RBI for Castle, but Johnson gets home. And now Sandoval rounds third. And he'll score, and then Castle has the inside the park home run.
He'll take it. He will take it.
So with 3 runs.
Game over.
Calling the game.
That is the ball game.
On time.
So it's on a time thing, but 10-4 is the final. Tipton was on deck. And he's like, wait, I need my at-bat. I'm with Tip right there. Yes, I would protest. We have time for one more batter. So makes it 10-4.
Final score, White 10, Blue 4.
So the next game's at 6:30, right? Next game's what? It's funny. I ask you that, and I have a bracket right in front of my face. But see, that's okay. I just want to get everybody involved, Jimmy. So that's why I said my mom would be proud somebody actually wants to do this with me. Yeah, 6:30 are the next games.
So I guess there's a break.
So we got a little bit of a break, yes. My man, Jimmy Green. Hey, well, you'll be playing at 6:30, but, I mean, if you're on this field and want to come over between, we can chat.
All right.
Give
sounds
good.
Down. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I appreciate you having me.
Obviously. So you got some basketball tomorrow and playing hoops tomorrow?
Yes, we have 2 games tomorrow. We only played 1 last night, so the early rounds is the round robin. So you play everyone in your pool.
Okay.
And so on the first night, either you play 2 and then play 1 on the second night, or the other way around.
Okay.
So that's how that'll work out.
Yeah, I'll be around checking it out because we have slalom, and then I know I have rugby tomorrow night as well too. So you'll be on the courts. I'll hear you scoring, and no losing by 3. You gotta sink that 3-pointer.
All right.
Because you played the media kickoff too, right?
Yes, I did.
How fun was that to see?
Oh, that was a blast. It was. Everybody that was on the there were a couple of movie star type
Yeah.
celebrities, but most of them were ex-professional athletes, so
Right.
they were better at it than it's usually the case. I mean,
Yeah,
they
but
were,
you guys showed real quick. They were, but you showed them the speed because some of them thought they were moving pretty good, and the cuts you guys are able to make. And I talk about basketball all the time, Jimmy. They think they're moving good, and then everybody's just like right by them.
yeah, well, it looks easy when you're just watching it,
Oh.
and then put them in a chair and they realize how difficult it really is.
Yeah, well, I will not use the word looks easy because Ryan Lindstrom's still trying to get me in quad rugby, and I said I'll do it if he's on my team.
Yeah, well,
So-
I hope you have good insurance if you're going to go play quad rugby.
There you. That is so true. Well, Jimmy, obviously, thanks for joining us. This is fun again. Anytime you come back, I have space for you here. It'll be absolutely awesome because your insight anyway. You guys see the things I don't, so that's what makes me smarter anyway. But awesome job, and I know you'll kill it in basketball tomorrow and softball tonight. Got a little break, so we'll let you enjoy it. But that will do it for us now until 6:30. But you can, again, check out wheelchairgames.org/live-streaming.com. Again, wheelchairgames.org/live-streaming.com for times and links to the rest of the live streams this week. For Jimmy Green, I'm Michael Caracino. Thank you for joining us here at the 38th Annual National Veterans Wheelchair Games, co-presented by the Department of Veterans Affairs and the Paralyzed Veterans of America as the white team takes it over the blue team 10-4.